All right, guys, here we go. The fourth mega token here in Roblox. The game is chained. You got to make sure you get the first 3 mega tokens first. If you haven't gotten those yet, then you can get those. You can see the video on my channel. So the game is chained. We're going to go to the event area where we got the first token. And at this point, we're also assuming that you already have the first regular token and you've already gotten to checkpoint 31. If not, you're going to have to play through, get the regular token, get all the way to checkpoint 31 with a friend. So what we're going to do is we're going to teleport to that point because, of course, there's all of these checkpoints, which is great. You can save your progress. You can find those in this part as well. But yeah, you're gonna have to make sure you come in here. Now, if you don't, you can go up there by yourself and it'll kind of queue you up with somebody who does actually have all 3 of the badges. But basically, you got to have one person kind of step on buttons so another person can go across safely and work together as a team. So like this one right here, basically one of these buttons is going to open the door. For us, it was the middle one. So, probably going to be the middle one for you guys. But you guys just want to work together as a team, trying to get straight ahead. And basically just watch what I'm doing here in this video. And otherwise, if it's like something tricky, I will be sure to let you guys know about it. Like this one right here, you go forward and then you have to go back. And this button, you have to go and walk on and off of it a bunch of times while the other person walks on and off a bunch of times as well. So the thing is, this one might be buggy though, because the first time we went through it, it wasn't working. Like walking on and off of this button is supposed to create a path for you so that you can get across a little further on. But yeah, the first time we did it, we walked forward. I came all the way back here. I walked on and off this thing so many times. But this person's saying, yes, yay, it's appearing now. So yeah, we had to leave and then come back into a whole different server. So if that is bugging for you guys, then just make sure you leave and come back to a server. But when you leave and come back, you'll start, if you're with the same person, you'll be at the checkpoint that you left. So you'll start right where you left off. So this is the path that it makes for you. And that, of course, if it's not appearing when you go back and forth on that button, then don't worry about it. Just leave, join another server. It's bugged. So right here, each person is moving the platform for the other player. So you move the platform for the other players so they can get through, and they move the platform so it's aligned so that you can get through as well. So you, as the blue player, can only go through those, invisible red ones, and them, as the red player, can only go through the blue doors, which is kind of weird. But anyways, this one, I thought I was going to die, but yeah, there's a room right there where you can go through. So up here too, we're going to go and hit these buttons, and then when we're stepping on these buttons, we can see over there, that wall, both of you guys stand on the buttons for a while until that wall goes away. And then, of course, when you see trusses, if it's red, you guys already played through the main thing. So only if you're blue, you can walk on the blue platforms and the blue trusses. But if you're red, you can only go on the red ones. So yeah, just make sure that you're going forward. Like this one, person on the red has to stand on the button while the person on the blue goes through first. Person on the blue makes it to the other end, and then on the other end, they, I don't know if they actually have to stand on this thing. I think they do, actually, to make it appear. But this button operates in 2 ways for the players. So blue person stands on it so the red person can get through. This next part is a little tricky, gonna take a few tries probably. So blue player stands on this, red player goes into this secret room over there, and then the blue player doesn't really have to do much. The red player has to solve it. So to solve the puzzle, you get 4 chance, and each time you get to hit 4 buttons. And randomly, see how one of those changed colors? So the one that changed color is one of them, and you get 4 chances. You need to find the 4 that are all blue. So see how 2 of those changed colors? So 2 of those turned blue, and then we can see here, one of those turned blue. So we know which 4 are turned blue. So on this 4th attempt, boom, 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 yes. We know that these ones are going to be blue, and it's going to build the bridge, and you can go through. So it might take a few chances, but just keep an eye on which colors are actually changing, and use those to find the buttons that are blue and hit all 4 of the buttons that are blue. If you guys, after 4 tries, then both of you guys are going to die, and you'll have to start all over again, and it's randomly generated where those buttons are. So probably going to take a few tries. Now this part right here, just kind of watch where we go. You have to go through certain walls, so you have to be on the certain side. You have to hit certain buttons and avoid the boulders, and then we'll be back to chat with you when there's some tips to give you for getting through this. Okay, in this area, there are 4 switches that are kind of like hidden. I'd say, you know, quote unquote hidden. They're not like super hidden or difficult to find or anything. But yeah, one of them, first of all, when you go through this area, you walk to the left and then you go on the other side of this big head over here. So I'm just letting the other player know, like, I'm turning around. I'm going to hit this lever over here around the corner. So right around the other side of this head is a lever. And then we're going to want to zoom in and click on the lever to pull it. There we go. So there's 4 in total. There's another one up here that you guys have to work together as a team in order to get it. So I'll show you. We're going to climb up here, and then you have to stand on a button so that the other player can jump on a truss, get to the top, and pull one of the levers at the top there. Here we go, that's the button. You stand on that, and then that truss goes up, and then the red player can go up to the top. Or, you know, if you're the red player, the other player has to, you know, either way. You're going to be one of or the other, the red or the blue. So after that, go down at the bottom of the waterfall there, and then over in the corner over here, you'll find another switch. And then right when I was finding the switch, the other player is over on the other side of the map, and they grabbed the last switch. See where they are up there over on the top? So you can see, like, just basically looking at the screen, that little red part, you can see where the red player was over there in the back corner. That's where the 4th and final lever is. Not really difficult to find. They're not like super hidden or anything. But once you get all 4 of those levers pulled, then you can see that that door opens up underneath the waterfall. So that's going to take us to a new place, and just go where we're going and follow where we're going. Again, I'll come back if there's any tips that I can give you. So on this part right here, the red player has to go first. So they have to just kind of jump across these beams. And you can see on the end, the last couple of beams, the last 3 beams are red. So blue person can't go through there. So he goes through there and then stands on a button over there to get the blue ones to show up. And for me, I could mostly just run straight across. You got to do one little jump over there towards the end, but I was able to run across the first ones. But yeah, there you go. That's how you do that part. Now right here, so the blue player stands on their platform, and then the red person stands on the button. And when the red person stands on the button, it makes it go forward. And if they get off of the button, it can make it go backwards. So if the timing is pretty bad, usually like right there, they can actually step off of the red button to try to make it a little easier for you to get around the obby here. I think as far as like things go, like the blue player probably has a little bit more of a challenge. Then they get across the other side. Make sure the red player stands on the platform, and then if you time it right, like the way that we've timed it right here, you can see he doesn't even have to jump over those deadly beams and avoid it. He doesn't even have to do anything to avoid the saw, and doesn't even have to do anything to avoid that beam, and doesn't even have to do anything to avoid this beam either. So if you time it right, then it's going to be a cakewalk for the red player. All right, and here we are at the final part, which could take a few tries for you guys, depending on how it's going. You don't want to get hit by these boxing gloves, so as soon as they go down, you want to get into the safe zone really quick. So jump over them real quick and get there as soon as possible before they come up and punch you in the face again. They can only really hurt you as they're coming up. They're like boxing gloves, so they punch you. So as they're going down, if you jump on the top of it, it's not going to hurt or anything. So we're just going to follow this path, and we're going to go this way. And like I said there, this took us a few tries before we actually got through it. You got to remember what the pattern is, sort of, but make sure you're jumping through this whole thing. When you're if you're just trying to run your way through it, it's not going to work. And make sure you're holding down right away so that you're running immediately, or S or whatever. So yeah, you just got to make sure that you go, it's like right, right, left. The first couple times you may end up like remembering a pattern, but you see like right there, when it's like, don't try to run past it, just jump over it. Because jumping, if you're trying to just run past it, like someone's gonna get stuck. So make sure you're going through and you're jumping. You're making good use of the jump button to get through these, and basically just the both of you guys have to get through here and survive without getting squished by the boulder. You know, there's a little bit of forgiveness, but not much there. But anyways, you get to the end and you got the badge right there, guys. That's number 4. Number 5 sounds like it's in Rivals, so let's go get it. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.